I guess for me, it's it's everything. It's something you've always dreamt of. Growing up, it's a reason why you play. I mean, I didn't play, footy just to be a, local footy player, or I try to be the best, player I can be. And being a Warrior is accomplishing that dream. It comes with a lot of pressure, and when you make it, it's kind of surreal. But and the responsibility you get. But it's also giving back to my family. I think all of it, all the sacrifices they made when I was growing up, all the trainings they would take me, mum and dad. You don't realise until you reach an age, like just before you start getting in the professional environment, that that they gave up quite a lot for you. So making my debut was definitely something special for me, and a way of giving back to them for the hard work they did for me. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. It was last year. I can remember it pretty well. But it was a shock because it was only my, I think, second pre-season. I was always pretty good at getting through fitness and stuff like that, but I was never really expected to actually make that jump into first grade, because my first 20 years was okay. I played first round one, but then got dropped, I think, after 3 rounds or something like that, and my confidence was real low. But then Stacey actually gave me an opportunity in a different position. I started off as half, and then he threw me into hooker, and I had no idea how to play it. He just said, when you get the ball, run when you can and do the best you can, and it actually turned out all right, and ended up playing quite a few games in my first year 20s. And then Cappy actually said I had a good pre-season, and it was with when Friendy was here, and I actually learned quite a bit off him, and how to compete and try to really do well in the fitness. And then he said, what, I'll give you a shot round one, and I was over the moon, and even mum and dad were shocked as. But it was definitely a lot of emotion, and it took a while for me to actually believe that I was actually playing first grade. And when you're sitting around players like Sean Johnson and Manu was there, and those players, and Simon, it was very surreal. Getting told I was going to come on, either first half or second half, full bully was pretty massive for me. I was going on for a pretty star player, and being able to play with like Roache and Sean and stuff like that, it was hard for me to get into get out of the little boy phase, like you're actually playing first grade. So I remember sitting in the change rooms, and I got the jersey, and it was all pretty cool, but everyone just told me just this is another game. But it's kind of hard to tell yourself that when you're accomplishing something pretty big for yourself. I was actually more nervous watching than actually playing. I don't know why. I was anxious or something like that to get on, but you just feel for them, because you know how much effort that the boys put into training, and how much pride they have in the jersey. I mean, some people would say that it looks like we're not trying, or we're losing, and it's just we're not giving enough effort. But I know how much each player puts into their preparation, and it's just sometimes on the field it just doesn't come off. And unfortunately, hasn't come off enough, and it's been too consistent with our bad performances. But it's just it's hard being on the sideline, knowing that how much work they do put into it's just not coming off on the field, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, rehab is lonely, I guess. Yeah, it can be very lonely, but there has always been people there for me. Like I haven't been the only one. So this year, when I guess after surgery, my ankle surgery, Manu was actually in rehab for me the whole time, which was cool for me, because even though it was a bad circumstance, for both of us going through quite a long rehab, I actually got real close with Manu, which is something that I'm really happy about, because a real good positive out of being injured. I spent like so much rehab time with him, and he's actually the funniest dude. Like it was a laugh every time. Like you just forgot that you were injured, and just loved putting in the hard yards during rehab. You just hear us laughing, you laugh. Pretty much nothing will be funny, and you just hear him and you just be cracking up. But Mr. 0% is a lie. I don't know. There's no one that's 0%, but no, they just mock me a lot, these boys. I do train a bit, because I just like to work hard. It's just, I don't know why. I feel like during my injuries, I can't. When the docs and stuff like that say take a week off, because the heels, the scar heal, and that is like the worst time for me. Like lying down and doing nothing is just tough, and I'm just used to just training all the time. Having Rubes there, which is someone that's similar, because every day they go do something. So whenever I need like a top up, I go to him and just train, and And with the body composition, that's what they're talking about, the fat test and stuff like that. I'm not 0%, but I meet the requirements is what I'd call it. So they just like to mock me, man. When they should look at themselves. Those guys are all in good nick, and I can't say too much about it. They're pretty good fans. One word, I would say loyal. You have to say loyal over how many years that we've, been pretty up and down. So and then we still get people turning up, cheering us on, and been there through the good and the bad, and still putting up banners for us. Like I said, keeping the faith. So they're very loyal and very passionate about us. You don't really see how much it means to you until you're in there. Like your goals change. Like for me, my goal was debut. And then once you're kind of in their environment, you kind of see how much it means to other players, and then it rubs off on you, and you actually just want to accomplish the highest thing in your sport. And for me right now is bringing back a trophy and having a ring, and it looks pretty cool. And you see like players like Hoffy and that come around, and you see how many rings he's got, and how cool it is for him to to be able to accomplish that. But you see him accomplish that and still be very competitive. I think once you've had a taste of it, you just want it again. For me, it's like I said, bringing it back to our fans, giving back to them. But also, a massive thing for me is giving one to Simon. If there's one guy that deserves it, it's that dude, man. He's been there for so long, and he definitely deserves his whole hand covered in rings, that guy. So I would love to be a part of, being a part of that team that gives it to him. If we won one in the next couple of years, man, it'd definitely be for that guy and for our club and for the fans. Because I hope he's still around for a long time, but we're running out of time, for that guy. So I really hope we can do it for him, man.